ever feel like the future is already here, Like it's happening faster than we can keep up with.
Definitely. It seems like every day there's a new gadget or gizmo that promises to change our lives.
And today's topic is no exception. We're diving into the world of AI-powered smart glasses, specifically the Ray-Ban Meta collaboration.
Yeah, these aren't your grandpa's Ray-Bans.
Right. We're talking about sunglasses that can answer your questions, take pictures, even stream music. We asked you to send in articles about these glasses, and let's just say the response was interesting.
A mix of excitement and maybe a little bit of Big Brother is watching.
Exactly. So we're going to unpack all of that, the good, the bad, and the potentially creepy. Are these Ray-Ban Meta glasses the future of wearable tech, or a slippery slope to a privacy nightmare?
A lot to consider, for sure.
There is. So why don't we start with the cool stuff? Meta is really pushing the wow factor with these new features. Hands-free, everything seems to be the theme.
Exactly. Imagine you're cooking dinner, hands covered in who knows what, and you need to double-check that recipe. No problem. Just ask your glasses.
Oh, that's pretty handy. I can see the appeal. And for those of us who are, shall we say, language challenged when traveling, these glasses offer real-time translation.
Right. Order food, ask for directions, even have a conversation, all without needing a phrase book.
No more embarrassing charades trying to explain yourself. I love it. And for the music lovers, ditch the earbuds because your sunglasses are now the concert hall. Built-in music streaming without blocking out the world around you.
It all sounds pretty amazing, right? But
There's always a but, isn't there?
well, in this case, several buts. And I think one of the most concerning issues raised in the Forbes article you sent was the potential for doxing.
Doxing. Okay, for those of us who don't speak fluent internet security, what exactly does that mean?
Basically, doxing is when someone uses publicly available information online to expose your identity, often with malicious intent. We're talking phone numbers, addresses, even family members' names.
So how do these glasses play into that? Are you telling me someone could walk past me on the street and suddenly have access to my entire digital life?
Well, it's not quite that simple, but the potential is there.
Okay, I'm listening.
So 2 Harvard students actually created a system that uses these glasses, along with facial recognition software and publicly available databases, to identify and, yes, potentially dox strangers.
Hold on, facial recognition software, like something out of a spy movie. How easy is it to get your hands on that kind of technology?
It's becoming increasingly accessible, unfortunately, and that's where the concern lies. In the wrong hands, these glasses could be used to target individuals, expose their private information, and potentially put their safety at risk.
Okay, that's straight up creepy. You're saying anyone with a bit of tech know-how could potentially do this.
That's the scary part. The students even tricked people into confirming their information by pretending to know them.
Wow, it makes you think twice about who you talk to, right?
It really does. And speaking of things that make you think twice, another article, the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses Review, pointed out a pretty glaring issue. These glasses, wait for it, don't have any built-in tracking.
Wait, seriously, they can pack in all this futuristic AI tech, but they can't include a simple Find My Device feature. You've got to be kidding me.
Nope. The article basically said that losing your glasses to theft might be the least of your worries compared to the other potential for misuse.
So not only could someone potentially steal your information just by looking at you, but if you actually lose the glasses themselves, you're out of luck. That seems like a major oversight, to say the least.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a head-scratcher for sure. But, even if we put those security concerns aside for a minute, there's another aspect of this technology that I find really fascinating.
Oh, tell me more. What's got you so intrigued?
Well, the Tomorrow's World Today article brings up a really interesting point about how these glasses could actually change our relationship with information, like fundamentally change it.
Okay, I'm listening. How so?
Well, think about it. Imagine having access to facts, translations, reminders, all constantly overlaid onto your vision. It's like having the internet literally at your fingertips, or I guess at your eyeballs.
I mean, on one hand, that sounds incredible. Instant access to anything you could ever want to know. Talk about a game changer for research, learning, even just settling those random arguments with friends. But on the other hand, that's a lot of information. Like all the time. I can barely keep up with the notifications on my phone as it is. Wouldn't that be completely overwhelming, like sensory overload to the max?
That's a really good point, and it's something the article touched on.
Yeah.
Our brains aren't exactly wired for that kind of constant data stream. We could end up with this kind of information overload that makes it hard to focus, to be present, to even figure out what's actually important.
It's almost like we're trading our attention spans for convenience. And what about the social implications? Remember Google Glass? Everyone was freaking out about being recorded.
Right.
And that was before AI was this advanced. Imagine trying to have a genuine conversation with someone who's constantly looking through their glasses, checking notifications or whatever. It's like, where's the eye contact? Where's the human connection?
That's a valid concern. It could definitely change social dynamics. Will we even be able to recognize those social cues anymore? Or will we be so glued to the information being fed to us that we miss out on those real-world connections?
It's like we're all going to be physically present but mentally checked out. A world full of digital zombies.
Huh. I don't know about that. But, it does make you wonder, what happens when these devices become even more sophisticated?
Yeah.
Imagine a world where your glasses can recognize faces, pull up social media profiles, maybe even display personal information about everyone you encounter.
Okay, hold on. Now that's just straight out of a Black Mirror episode. You're not suggesting these glasses could be used for like social ranking or discrimination, are you? Because that's a whole other can of worms.
It's a possibility we can't just ignore, right? I mean, we've already seen how algorithms can perpetuate biases based on the data they're fed. Now imagine those biases playing out in real time, influencing how we perceive and interact with each other. It could get really dicey really fast.
Okay, yeah. That's a lot to unpack. It's like for every amazing possibility, there's an equally terrifying potential downside. Are there any purely good, feel-good applications for these glasses? Anything that doesn't make me question the future of humanity?
Well, actually, yeah. That same article highlighted some really promising applications, especially in terms of accessibility.
Oh, okay, now that's what I like to hear. Tell me more.
For example, think about people with disabilities. Real-time language translation could be game-changing for those who are deaf or hard of hearing. Being able to engage in conversations without those communication barriers, that's huge.
Right, that would be incredible.
Exactly. Or, for those who are visually impaired, these glasses could potentially help them navigate their surroundings and the hands-free capabilities. Think about how life-changing that could be for people with mobility issues, giving them more independence, more control over their environment. That's the kind of technology that has the power to truly make a difference.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like we want tech to be this force for good, but we've also seen how easily things can go the other way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these Ray-Ban Meta glasses, I mean, they're like a perfect example of that. Technology is advancing so quickly that it's hard to even wrap our heads around the potential consequences. It's like we're living in a science fiction novel, but it's real life.
No, for sure. We've gone from, oh, wow, cool glasses, to, wait, should we be worried?
Mm-hmm.
In the span of like, what, an hour? It's a lot to process.
It really is. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from all of this. It's not just a simple yes or no about whether or not to buy a pair of smart glasses. It's about understanding the bigger picture, the ethical questions, the privacy concerns. What kind of future are we creating here?
Right. It's a lot of responsibility. And it's not just on us as consumers either. It's on the tech companies, the policymakers, everyone to make sure we're moving forward with our eyes wide open.
Absolutely. We can't just blindly adopt every new technology that comes along. We need to be asking the tough questions, demanding transparency from these companies, and we need to be aware of the potential consequences, both good and bad.
Well said. So what do you think? You listening out there, would you wear these smart glasses? Are the cool features worth the potential risks? It's a question we all have to answer for ourselves.
Definitely a lot to think about.
It is, and that's what these deep dives are all about. Getting you thinking critically about the world around us and the technology we're embracing.
Because the future is happening whether we're ready for it or not.
That's a great point to end on, I think. So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those thinking caps on.